you will notice that the snow has gone. There is no snow. In fact, it's rather mild today. Everything is looking lovely. Here we are again. Yes, we are live. We are coming to you live through the hot wire, the internet. Wow. Isn't technology amazing? Yes, we are coming to you live from the birthplace of the English language, which just happens to be England. Oh, I am so excited. Oh, there he is. Hello. I thought we should have a round of applause for Mr. Steve because you've had a busy day.
Oh, Mr. Duncan, yes. Well, sort of, yes. Been to see a friend of my mother's who lives quite close to us. But then on the way back, I thought that I would foolishly just slip into a supermarket on the way back. Tesco. Just slip in, do a few little things. I'd got 10 minutes to spare and come back. Of course, it's Christmas. And there were big queues of traffic, so I just turned round and came straight home.
Yes, I have a feeling it might not be a good idea to try and do any shopping for the next 24 hours. We might have some luck, maybe on Friday, because I think we might go and see my mother on Friday, and we might be able to pop in. Pop in, I like that. If you pop in, it means you go in very quickly, and then you leave again. So we're going to see my mother, and we can pop in to a supermarket.
I doubt that we will be able to pop in 2 days before Christmas. If I couldn't pop in today, then it's only going to get busier towards Christmas. So yes, I was slightly annoyed because I wanted to get some things, but I'm out again tomorrow morning. So I will take the opportunity to maybe go a bit earlier, beat the crowds and get what I need to get.
So it doesn't mean you're hitting them. It doesn't mean beat the crowds by punching them. It means you are getting ahead before the crowds arrive.
Like beating someone in a contest.
Yes.
I'm going to beat the crowds. That's what we say.
You get ahead.
If we want to get ahead of the mass of people that may well also be trying to get their shopping at the same time as you.
Because it's Christmas week. Are you excited? Christmas is coming next Sunday. And in case you don't know, you might not realise, we are with you on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and this this is something we're not sure about at the moment. We might be with you on Boxing Day from Much Wenlock Town Centre, but apparently the weather forecast for Christmas and Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, it's not good. Rain, not snow, not ice, but a lot of rain.
And we're not going to stand out in the rain and get cold and damp and possibly catch pneumonia.
No, I don't think it's worth it, really.
Mr. Duncan, wasn't that football match exciting?
I suppose we should talk about the football match that took place for those who were watching on Sunday. Those who were not watching the football, maybe you were watching us at the same time. Of course, Steve.
I supported the right team.
Steve was supporting Argentina. I was, of course, trying to be patriotic to my family tree. Supporting France.
That's right. We have Beatrice on
Let me
here.
I'll do the live chat in a second.
Yeah, I was just talking about people who are from Argentina who are watching us.
Okay.
And they are like Beatrice, I believe, is from Argentina. Must be very happy.
Yes. Well, it was amazing. Now even
It was exciting.
I, as a person who doesn't really follow football, I actually sat down with Mr. Steve and I was watching it as well. It was quite amazing. I think those last 2 goals from France were quite incredible. In fact, there was the young player. He scored all of them.
He did. I can't remember his name.
No. French player.
Very cool.
Very young as well.
Very cool.
So I think it's safe to say he's going to have a very big career ahead of him.
He didn't look too happy when President Macron was trying to cradle his head and give him probably far too much attention than he wanted.
Well, he was just consoling him.
I think there was more to it than that. I think he was trying to sort of bask in the light. Well, he was trying to look like he was a man of the people.
Well, that's what all politicians do. That though, they try to take advantage of a moment.
I know, but it looked a bit obvious, and it looked a bit unnecessary. I don't know what French people are thinking. Lewis, maybe you could comment.
Okay.
What are French people thinking of the way Macron behaved after the match finished? Are people supporting what he did, or are they making comments?
Well, he just gave him a hug. He didn't pull his shorts down.
Well, he was rather overdoing it from our perspective. But there was also that other man who throws salt or does a cooker. Does cooking.
There's the salt boy,
who was also seemed to be trying to get a lot of limelight for himself.
I was still amazed that you didn't know who he was.
Never heard of him.
I can't believe you don't know Salt Boy.
I had never heard of this person.
Well, I'll briefly tell you what he does. He runs a restaurant and he charges crazy prices for his food. $400 for a steak. There is a trending picture.
The whole cow for that.
There is a trending photograph of a bill, the receipt from one of his restaurants, and it's something like $35,000 for a meal.
These people need to be locked up in a mental asylum.
However,
if they go and pay that much money for a meal.
But the people going there are famous people, like football players. And the strange thing is, there are many football players who go to his restaurant and they want to be photographed with this guy doing his famous salt move. So people were criticising him for trying to get in when the World Cup was being handed out and lots of photographs. But they both use each other, to be honest. So I think all celebrities, if you're footballers or if you are a guy who does this a lot, they all use each other. They all need each other to survive.
It looks a bit pathetic, doesn't it? It looks really. What's the word I'm looking for?
No, I don't know either.
To describe someone who behaves in that way, it just doesn't look nice.
Well, it's publicity.
I know, but
that's what we should be doing.
Prostituting themselves.
Okay, I'm not sure.
Is the phrase I would use, but anyway.
But this is our problem. This is what I always say about us. We don't put ourselves about. We should go outside. We should get attention from other people, because that's the only way of succeeding nowadays in any area, including social media and on the internet. You've got to do something
outrageous.
Yes, or just do something that gets attention in some way. So our way of teaching, our way of talking about English is unusual, but we don't publicise ourselves in any other way. We don't put ourselves out there. We should do something that gets attention from other people, and then they will tell other people. And that's how the salt guy, the salty man, got attention, just from a couple of people filming him doing this.
Whereabouts is his restaurant then?
So I think it's in the United States, but all these people go there. They go there and they're charged thousands of dollars to eat.
Just obscene. Obscene.
Yes, well, it is, but as long as but that's what they say, isn't it? It's like art. As long as there's someone who will pay that money, someone will pay it.
It's obscene to think that there are people starving, there are people in very difficult situations with being able to pay bills, and you've got people just going out and spending thousands of pounds on a meal. And
but then footballers,
it's obscene.
Yes, but everyone was cheering those footballers the other day, and they're all on at least $1 million a month.
I know.
Can you imagine earning $1 million every month? We don't, by the way. A lot of people think we do, but we definitely don't.
You've got 1 million subscribers.
Yes. And that doesn't mean a thing.
No.
It doesn't mean anything.
But anyway, yes.
Unless, of course, each one of our subscribers gives us £1.
That would be good.
That would be okay, yes. Then maybe I could go and have one of those steaks with Salt Boy. Oh, what a strange time to be alive. Anyway, hi everybody. This is Mr. Duncan, and Mr. Steve is here as well. How are you today? Are you okay? I hope you are. I hope you're feeling happy. Don't forget also, I always forget to do this, give us a like as well. The likes are very important because they are another way of getting us spread
around the world of YouTube.
Yes, please give us a like. You know you want to. So today we're looking at words and phrases connected to colour idioms. There are many of them. I'm sure you can think of a few now. I'm sure I can, and I think you can as well. We're talking about that a little bit later on. Steve is joining us, and it's nice to see you here. As I mentioned, it's on its way. And finally yesterday, we put the Christmas tree up. We actually did it yesterday. Finally. And I have to say, I prepared some of this, but Mr. Steve did all of the dressing of the Christmas tree. I think, Steve, you've done the most amazing job of that tree.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Duncan. Yes, I'm available for hire if you wish me to dress your Christmas tree.
Look at that.
It looks magnificent.
Yes.
I have to say so myself.
Yes.
That's what you say. If you've done something yourself and you're proud of it, then often people say, though I say so myself, I think I've done a good job there.
I think so.
So you can say that, even though, I must admit, I say so myself, I've done a good job there.
Yes.
You can say that about anything. If someone compliments you, or you think you've done a good job with something, like you've decorated the house. That looks. You say you've done it yourself. You've decorated your room, and you might say, even though I say so myself, I've done a good job there.
Yes,
because normally you don't promote yourself, do you?
I think you've definitely done a good job there. Well, it's almost like what we were just saying about self-promotion. It's very similar. So self-promotion is normally about giving yourself some praise and making sure other people see you and they get to know you. So I think I don't think it's a bad thing to compliment yourself, because I think sometimes you have to be seen and also recognised as well. I think so. Oh, very nice.
So,
we have
anything you need to mention, Mr. Duncan?
We have the live chat, of course. It wouldn't be the live chat without you being here. And can I say congratulations to Luis Mendez is here today. And guess what? You are first on today's live chat.
Well done, Lewis.
Very good.
Has Lewis been first before?
Quite a few times.
Quite a few times. Not when I've been here, so that's a first.
So it is safe to say that Luis Mendez has the fastest finger on the internet today. Thank you for joining us. We have lots of people joining in. Yes, quite a few people watch in Argentina, don't they?
They do. Yes, they do. We've got a question here from somebody I haven't seen before.
Mm-hmm.
Imtiaz Danish official.
Okay.
Please let me know, what is the schedule of your live streaming?
The schedule? Yes. Well, first of all, the time is always easy to remember because it's always the same time. 2 p.m. UK time is all you need to know. And at the moment we're doing some extra live streams. Normally I'm only with you on Sunday and Wednesday, but during December we are doing lots of extra live streams. So you can always find us here if we are doing our live streams. We are always here 2 p.m. UK time. So you can check the time difference and then you will know when we are on. So the next time we are on is Thursday. Thursday we are here, and then we're taking a break on Friday because we have lots of things to do. I think Friday is going to be a very crazy day. Then Saturday, we'll be here, 2 p.m, Christmas Day, and that's the big one. We are here on Christmas Day, live. We will show you some of the gifts, all of the beautiful gifts that Mr. Steve has bought for me. It might take a while. We might have to do a 3-hour show just so I can show all of the presents.
I haven't started yet. Yes. Well, of course, we will be on at 2 p.m, but we may still be eating our Christmas meal.
So there is a chance that we might still be chewing our turkey.
Yes, because normally
chicken.
I would say that we don't normally manage to get our act together. Get our act together means that we don't normally get around to doing this, having our Christmas meal until usually later than 2 p.m.
Yes.
But we're going to have to make a special effort on Sunday, Mr. Duncan.
Well, I think it's a good incentive. It's a good encouragement for us to get up early,
yes,
prepare the meal, have the meal, and then by 2 p.m. we will be ready on Christmas Day. So it will be interesting, and we will be quite interested to find out how many people join us on Christmas Day. But we will be here, lots of fun, hopefully, and maybe you can share your gifts as well, maybe something that you have received on Christmas Day for yourself as well. And then hopefully, if the weather is okay, we will be live in Much Wenlock Town Square, but I don't think the weather is going to be good. However, we will still be with you from here in the studio on Boxing Day as well. So there are 3 days of live streams, Saturday, Sunday and Monday, next weekend, as we celebrate the Christmas season together.
I may well fall asleep halfway through the live stream because when you've had a great big Christmas dinner...
It's true.
Maybe we should be sitting down. Maybe we should have a sit down in the living room instead of doing it from here.
We could eat our Christmas dinner. We could eat it, so we could actually
eat it live.
Have the Christmas meal.
Well, some people do have internet channels where they just eat things.
Yes,
don't they? So we may well do that.
We can do a Christmas mukbang.
But we won't really enjoy it. Lewis has mentioned something interesting here.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about Florence, who I think is visiting Lewis's home country of Portugal, and talking about places to go. Not Portugal. Is it Portugal? Yes. But Lewis has mentioned Sintra and Kashkai, which is Turkey, really, isn't it? Is that
Sintra?
Turkey? Sintra, is that in Turkey?
I don't know. Well, I don't know where
it looks like that.
Probably.
Yes. I think it must be. Lewis must be talking about his home country rather than Turkey.
Okay, Steve.
I think so, but
just keep digging.
We've been to Sintra, haven't we? I've been to Sintra.
Yes.
Is that where we went? Where we stayed?
Steve, do you know?
Well, can you remember?
Well, I know I can't.
We stayed in Sintra. I'm sure we did.
Okay.
We stayed in Sintra, Lewis.
Well, where is Sintra?
Portugal.
Well, there you go. Well, that's it then.
That's where we went on that when I won that trip with work.
Yes.
That really posh place that we stayed in where that footballer was there, wasn't he? We were close to Ronaldo.
Yes.
Because he was staying in the same hotel.
The Penalonga.
That's right.
Yes, the Penalonga Resort. It was a golf resort, and
sure that was Sintra.
Possibly the swankiest, the most exclusive place I've ever stayed at.
Yes, so maybe you could tell us whether that Penalonga Resort is in Sintra. I'm sure it is.
It was incredible, the most amazing place. And yes, the whole Portugal football team were there celebrating one of the team's weddings, one of the team members' weddings. He was having his wedding ceremony and also the reception and party. But unfortunately, they kept us awake because of their loud music.
They did, but we went... they had a separate... They were staying in a separate part of the hotel, And the next day we went there, and there were all these empty champagne bottles lying around everywhere.
Yes, we saw some of the plates, some of the glasses
Yes,
that had been used, maybe by Ronaldo.
exactly. They hadn't had time to clear up. So yes, we didn't pay for that. We're just going to clarify that. I won this trip
Yes,
from being the top salesperson, and it was all paid for.
it's the best type of trip, a free one.
It was a very nice, very, very nice hotel,
It was.
I've got to say.
It was just the most amazing place. Anyway,
Won't be doing that anymore because
I think-
I'm now retired.
okay. I think we've done enough promotion there for the Penalonga Golf Resort.
Yes.
So I'm waiting for the check to arrive. Very good. What was that, Steve?
I didn't say anything, Mr.
Oh.
Duncan. I was just fiddling with my pen here and looking at the live chat. Christina went to Portugal years ago. It's a very beautiful country. It is. I'd very much like to go back there. It's quite expensive. Oh, the beef was good, wasn't it? The way they cooked the beef in Portugal, it was gorgeous.
Oh.
Some of the we had some lovely meals there, didn't we, Mr. Duncan?
I don't think anyone did that though. No one sprinkled salt onto our meals.
And the lovely Porto wine,
Yes.
which doesn't taste the same here.
No.
You can buy it here, but it doesn't taste as nice as buying it in Portugal.
Very
Just
nice.
as the same as French wine doesn't seem to taste as nice when you buy it in the UK than if you have it in France. I'm sure they just send us all the rubbish wine and they keep all the best wine for themselves.
Okay, or maybe we just never ask for the best wine. It is expensive though. If you do go to a restaurant, and even if you have just a glass of wine, I think it's around about £10. If you have a very good glass of wine, about £10. But if you want the whole bottle, then you are talking about maybe 80, 90, or even £100 for one bottle of wine.
In a restaurant, yes.
Yes, in a restaurant.
Yeah. I think the problem is in the UK that when people go to buy wine, most people go for the cheapest wine that they can find.
Yes, well,
£5-6 a bottle.
yes, because they don't want to pay a lot for it.
But they think that why would I pay £12 for a bottle of wine when I can only pay £6? But of course, it's the same as anything in life. You get what you pay for. And when you're paying £6 for a bottle of wine, you are probably getting wine which is, probably only 50% wine and 50% something else. It's not proper wine. You've got to pay £12-15 in the UK to get a very good bottle, a decent bottle of wine.
Yes.
Whereas probably if you're in France, it would only cost you £5 or €5.
Well, it's still expensive even in France. It just depends on the vintage. And that's what it all comes down
Yeah,
to.
but you can get a very good wine quite cheaply in France, but you can't here.
Okay.
There we go. I was going to mention, yes, Florence says that, of course, Switzerland is a lot more expensive than Portugal. Yeah, I don't think there are many places that are more expensive, certainly in Europe, than Switzerland. It's very expensive, isn't it? But I'd love to go. Always wanted to go to Switzerland. We could go skiing, Mr. Duncan. We could do a live stream as we ski down the slopes.
There is no way I'm ever going to ski anywhere. I do not want...
You wouldn't need skis. You've got such big feet. You could just stand on the slopes and slide down.
Thanks. It's one of those live streams, is it? Okay.
I'm only joking.
So I hope you will have a nice Christmas, and I hope you will join us over the weekend because we will be having a little bit of fun. Talking of Christmas, of course, it is a magical time of year, and yes, the lights are up. They are up
Look at that.
at the front of the house. Christmas is definitely coming. We know that now because we have the lights up outside the house, and of course we have the Christmas tree. The Christmas tree is now officially up.
I met somebody from the Ukraine this morning, Mr. Duncan.
From the Ukraine.
Or Ukraine.
We don't say the Ukraine anymore.
From Ukraine.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I was in Much Wenlock. I went to buy, because I was going to see this friend of my mother's, I thought I can't go to her house without taking us a present, a Christmas present.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, chocolates, let's try chocolates. So I went into this shop that sells chocolates in Much Wenlock, and there was a lady there serving, and I could tell instantly she wasn't from the UK.
So did you ask her where she was from?
No, she told me.
Oh.
She said that she came to the Ukraine 6 months ago on one of these family support a Ukraine incentive that we have in the UK. British people can pay to have somebody to come from the Ukraine to stay with them in their house.
Ukraine.
From Ukraine, yeah, to stay with them in their house. That's like an incentive that is going on in the UK. And so they came from Ukraine over to the UK, stayed with this family in, where did she say it was now? I think it was Birmingham or somewhere. No, Broseley, which is a town near to us. But now she's got a job, 3 days, working in this chocolate shop in Much Wenlock. So how about that, Mr. Duncan?
That's amazing.
I know. She was so happy.
So did she literally say, hello, would you like some chocolate? I'm from Ukraine.
No, we started talking and she couldn't understand what I was saying. And then she said, well, my English, I've only just been learning English for 6 months, but she was very good.
Oh, well, maybe you should, I hope you gave her our website. Did you say, look, I teach English. I help Mr. Duncan. Have you heard of Mr. Duncan?
Well, I thought next time we go in,
I'm going to guess you didn't.
You can go in. I didn't have time. I was in a hell of a rush.
But you had a whole conversation about her life.
Yes, and I was running out of time because I had to go and visit my mum's friend at 11.
That's the thing. You've got to say hello. Yes, here's Mr. Duncan's YouTube channel. And there you go. Watch that. You will be so amazing at English.
Well, this is it, Mr. Duncan. We can go in there and promote your channel.
Yes.
And then maybe she has other Ukrainian friends and can promote your channel. We can get lots of new viewers,
yes.
Mr. Duncan.
Well, from my point of view, I think if we can help someone with their English and they only live locally, I think that's a great idea. So yes. We will do that. Don't worry. I will go in there maybe on Sunday or Monday, next Monday, perhaps, if they're open. The only problem is on next Monday, most of the shops will be closed. So we won't be able to do it, unfortunately.
We will be walking in, though, because we need to get the vegetables for the Christmas dinner, Mr. Duncan.
Yes.
So we need to walk in.
Not on Boxing Day.
No, not on Boxing Day, but I mean, we can maybe go in. We can't go in tomorrow. Thursday, we're going to have to go in on Thursday. That's the only opportunity we're going to have.
But we are doing this on Thursday.
Well, so I'm going to have to go in on my own and get the vegetables. I can see that now.
So you can see how chaotic things are. It's always the same. I think a lot of people do this, though. They always leave everything to the last minute. And this year we're not having turkey. We're having chicken. Although we were out last night, we did have this idea about going somewhere, maybe a restaurant, to eat on Christmas Day. But we went somewhere last night with one of our lovely friends, Marty.
Yes.
And we had a Christmas meal last night with turkey. But we asked the manager at the place we were at last night, did you have any spaces available on Christmas Day? And he said no, but he said we might put you on the reserved list. Then Steve asks a very good question, I think the best question of all. How much is the Christmas Day meal? He replied with £85. And I said, each. And at that moment, we all knew that there was going to be no Christmas Day meal at that particular place because it's too expensive. £85 each.
And then you would have had to pay for drinks on top of that. So you would have ended up spending probably at least £100. And they were fully booked. I mean, they've got tables that can hold 10, 20 people there.
Yeah.
So you imagine this, a family of 10 going out for a Christmas meal is probably going to spend £1,000 in that. I mean, it wasn't, a particularly posh restaurant. It was a nice restaurant.
Nice,
it was
yes.
very nice. But you see, I would have paid maybe 40. I would have thought, well, yes, okay, maybe £40, but I'm not spending 85.
Yes.
That's just obscene.
I think £85 is just too much for a meal. But, of course, they have to pay the staff. And on Christmas Day, if you work on Christmas Day, you actually get double pay. So that's one of the reasons why normally if you go to a cafe or a restaurant or anywhere that is open on a public holiday, you might find that you have to pay more because they have to pay the staff more as well. They have to pay double time on Christmas Day.
At least.
And I remember years ago when I used to work in retail, and quite often if I had to work on a public holiday, I would get more pay. So I think it's fair, but I don't think we will be spending £85 each.
So I will get Christina has asked this question. We're having chicken on Christmas Day, which is in the freezer because I bought it several weeks ago, so we don't have to rush to the supermarkets to get a turkey. You can't get a turkey for 2 people anyway. They're all gigantic things. So, yes, it's turkey with all the trimmings, as they say.
Stuffing.
Roast potatoes, stuffing. White sauce.
I love stuffing.
Some sausages, chipolata sausages. We'll be having roast potatoes.
Yes.
Boiled potatoes.
Yes.
Onion gravy. Brussels sprouts. Carrots. And cranberry jelly, cranberry sauce, which goes with any white meat.
And of course, the most important part of the Christmas meal is the parsnips. Parsnips. You have to have parsnips and sprouts. And a lot of people don't like parsnips. Your sister doesn't.
No.
And a lot of people don't like Brussels sprouts.
No.
But I love them. I think they're the most amazing thing. I love them. So I suppose some people would substitute. They would change one thing for another. So maybe instead of sprouts, they might have cabbage or something like that. Something else that's green.
They had red cabbage with our meal last night, which was, you like red cabbage, don't you, Mr. Duncan?
Well, they cook it in a certain way. They caramelise the red cabbage so it has a slightly sweet flavour, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So we won't name the place because they might have lots of phone calls from people asking, did you have 2 people in your restaurant last night?
I'm going to give it a 5-star review on TripAdvisor.
Yes.
Because I think we've been there twice. We took my sister there and they're very good. Well, Mr. Duncan, I think, you've only got 35 minutes left.
Well, I can always run over slightly. We have some questions here, by the way. Semi Boskurt asks, Mr. Steve, well, I think Mr. Steve will make the Christmas meal, and I think Mr. Duncan will wash the dishes. It is true. You are actually quite correct there.
You're actually wrong, because I will be cooking the meal and washing the dishes.
That's not true. In fact, neither of us will be washing the dishes. We have a dishwasher. The machine will wash the dishes, fortunately.
Yes, so neither of us will have to do that. Although Mr. Duncan, what we normally do is Mr. Duncan does the vegetables. Mr. Duncan will prepare the vegetables and I will do the stuffing, the white sauce, the meat. I will prepare the chicken and the gravy and all that sort of thing. Mr. Duncan will chop up the vegetables and put them in the saucepans, and then that's what we normally do.
Yes.
And you will normally lay the table.
So I help with the preparation especially the vegetables.
We
I
need-
like to do them properly.
But of course, if you're preparing for this live stream on Sunday, I can see that I'm going to have to do everything, Mr. Duncan.
No, I can do it as well. I can do it. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. I am a man who can do more than one thing at the same time, as it were.
Magdalena says the Germans make red cabbage that's sweet with spices.
Oh yes, red cabbage is amazing.
I don't know how they prepare it. They prepare it. Is it caramelized or something?
Yes, they
put some
put
sugar
a
in
little bit of sugar. Sometimes they might flavour it with a little bit of onion or with spices. And you're right. Yes, so it's one of those types of vegetable that you can do a lot with. Very nice as well. Oh, I'm hungry.
Well, Mr. Duncan, I think I shall leave you now.
Okay,
Let you carry on with the rest of your lesson.
that's it. Well,
I have lots of things to do.
I'm going to talk about words and phrases, mainly phrases connected to colours. So we will go through those quite quickly.
And I shall toddle off, as they say. If you toddle off, it means you just sort of go off in a fairly friendly way.
Toddle.
Toddle, you just sort of go off in a sort of friendly, humorous sort of way.
It's a good word.
Yes, and I'll see you all on Thursday.
Yes, Thursday. We will be here on Thursday. I'm going to be with you for another 20 minutes. And then I will go. And then we will be back together once more on Thursday. And don't forget, Saturday and Sunday, that is, of course, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, we will be here live.
Semi Bozert wants us to record ourselves while we're doing the meal. The only problem is, would you have time to edit it?
It's very hard doing it. The easiest, this might sound strange, Steve, but the easiest way to do that is to do it live. But
Yes.
we can't really do it live because then we have to prepare the live stream even more to do that. Because so it's mainly all the technical things, to be honest. It does become quite a big job once you do that.
What if you just had a camera in the kitchen, you went live, say 9 o'clock in the morning, and just stayed live all day?
Well,
Boring for people?
I think it would be a bit boring. I don't think anyone would watch that.
Right. Well, anyway, I shall enjoy the rest of Mr. Duncan's lesson today, and I shall look forward to seeing you all on Thursday.
Thank you, Mr. Steve. It's very nice to see Mr. Steve here again. And yes, of course, Steve will be with us on Thursday. Don't forget. Thank you, Steve.
Bye.
Mr. Steve has left the room. But don't worry, if you are a Mr. Steve fan, he will be back with us on Thursday. Not again. Surely not. I don't know what happened then. It was Mr. Steve, you see. He doesn't want to go away. You can catch us again on Thursday from 2 p.m. UK time. That is the only thing you need to remember. 2 p.m. UK time is when I'm here with you. Caretta says, good. Hello, Mr. Duncan. A very good night to you. I am here from Indonesia. Thanks for teaching, Carita. Nice to see you here as well. We are looking at words and phrases connected to colours. Lots of idioms, and I will go through some of them, and then I will end today's live stream, but I will be back with you on Thursday. Don't forget, make it a date. I just noticed a very strange photograph of Mr. Steve. I don't know if anyone saw this. Did anyone see this on Sunday? Mr. Steve was looking very strange. Did you see this on Sunday? There he is. I'm not sure what Mr. Steve is doing there, but I think he was talking about keeping an eye on something. So I think that's what Steve is doing actually there on that picture. He's actually keeping his eye on something. At least I think that's what he's doing anyway. So here we go, words and phrases, mainly phrases, and there are quite a few of them connected to colour. I'm sure you can have some of your own as well. The first one, whitewash, to whitewash something. If you whitewash, it means you cover something up. You are trying to cover a situation or a problem. You are trying to make it go away by talking about something else. You are trying to cover the problem. You are trying to cover the situation. Quite often, if something happens that is controversial and makes many people angry, you might try to cover that thing up with another subject or another thing. You whitewash, to hide something away, maybe a controversial thing. Quite often we will accuse someone of whitewashing. They are trying to cover something up. We can also say a grey area. If something is a grey area, it means it is something that is unsure or not certain. A thing that is in a grey area is a thing that is not certain. So maybe there is a certain type of subject, or maybe an opinion, or maybe a decision that has to be made. But the decision is not easy to make. You might say if you are unsure about something or not certain, you can say that that particular thing is a grey area. And of course, the colour grey is in between the shade of white and black. So that is why we say a grey area. Here's a nice one. We have to have something positive today as we approach Christmas. We can be in the pink. It is possible to be in the pink. It means you feel well. A person who feels well, healthy, happy, a person who has a very positive spirit. They are always up. They feel healthy, fit, is in the pink. A person is in the pink. I have to say, I feel in the pink today. I feel quite well. If one is seeing red, if a person is seeing red, it means they are angry. You are seeing red. You are feeling angry about something. A person who is angry, upset, or maybe they will suddenly feel angry. We can say that that person is seeing red. Rather like something that is displayed as a warning, maybe. And quite often, a warning is also displayed as red. So if you are seeing red, normally it means you are getting angry, you are becoming outraged by something. Here's another one. Something that comes along once in a blue moon. If something only happens occasionally or rarely, we can describe it as something that is coming along once in a blue moon. It doesn't happen very often. And the reason why we say blue moon is because it's actually referring to the second full moon that occurs in 1 month. So normally there is only one full moon during the month. However, now and again, occasionally, it is possible to have 2 full moons occurring during 1 month. So the second full moon is often described as a blue moon. It doesn't happen very often. Here's another one. To be green with envy. A person who is green with envy, of course, is very, very jealous. A jealous person who is feeling the emotion of envy. And as I always say, I think jealousy and envy are actually the worst types of emotions. You feel jealous, you feel envious, you have jealousy, you have envy, you are feeling that emotion. Someone has a thing that you want, and because you don't have it, you feel jealous. Blackmail. Blackmail, you are trying to get money, you are trying to get something from a person. Maybe you are threatening that person, you are threatening to release or reveal something about that person. So you blackmail them. You say, if you give me some money, I will not tell everyone about your secret. You blackmail that person. Another word we can use is extortion. Extortion. You are trying to get money from someone using force. I'm going to sneeze. Wait there. That was unusual. I could feel my nose starting to itch. And I know why. Because earlier I actually cut the hairs in my nose. I used one of those machines inside my nose. And what's happened is I think a little piece of the hair has gone up into my nose. And it's making my nose itch. Here's another one. We are looking at idioms connected to colour. To be in the red. I think at this time of year, many people at the moment will be in the red. It means that they owe money, quite often to their bank. So if they take too much money out of their bank account, they are in the red. That means that you are in debt. You owe money to someone, quite often the bank. You are in the red. And of course, the opposite of that is to be in the black. If you are in the black, it means you have credit. If you are in the red, it means you have debt. Here is something that rarely happens to me. I rarely feel like this, but it does happen. It can happen sometimes. To feel blue means to feel sad. You feel slightly unhappy. You feel down. You feel miserable. You feel slightly depressed, maybe. You feel blue. To feel blue. To have a black mark against you. A person who has done something bad or maybe wicked, evil, or maybe something that they might be punished for. They have done something bad. They've done something wrong. We can say that that person has a black mark against them. It means they've done something bad and now people will know about that thing. They have a black mark against them. I suppose you might say it's very similar to the phrase black sheep. You have a black sheep in your family. It means a person who has done bad things, or maybe a person who has brought shame. They brought shame on your family. Oh. When something nice happens, we might say that you have a red letter day. Red letter. A red letter day means something nice is happening. Something nice is about to happen. Or maybe today, something nice is happening. We often describe it as a red letter day, where good fortune has come your way. We describe it as a red letter day. Very nice, actually. Here's another one. To be blacklisted. If you are blacklisted, it means you are excluded. You are put on a list of people who are not welcome or not allowed. maybe a place such as a bar or restaurant. Maybe you have been banned from that place. That means you have been put on a blacklist. You are no longer welcome. You are no longer allowed. You give something the green light. If you give something the green light, it means you are allowing it to happen. You are giving someone the green light. I am allowing that thing to happen. I have given it the green light. You allow it to happen. Here's a nice one. Phrases involving the word colour. We can say that a person who wears clothing where the colours are suitable for each other, we can say that that person has been colour coordinated. Their clothing matches. So maybe you have a blue hat and maybe you have a blue shirt. Your clothing matches. The two things go together. Certain colours do go together. So you can wear certain colours, such as black and white. You can see today that I'm wearing my black t-shirt and my white hat. So I think these two particular colours go together quite well. To be colour coordinated. The colours go together very well. Finally, if you are trying to change someone's opinion about something, if you are trying to change their view, you might try to colour their judgment. You try to change. You say something or you do something to change the way they think or feel. You colour their judgment. You try to disturb, disrupt, change the way they feel or think about something. So something can colour your day. Something can colour your opinion. It means it interferes with it. It changes it. It comes along and it interferes with the way you think. To colour something. I think that's it. Unless you know any. Do you have any colour idioms? There are quite a few actually in the English language. There are quite a lot. Thank you very much for your lovely bless. Thank you for your lovely bless. Isn't that nice? I had a sneeze and Jimmy from Hong Kong said, "Bless you, Mr. Duncan. Bless you." Thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say. I will be going in a few moments. I will be going in around about 4 minutes. But if you have any colour idioms, you can always give them to me now. Of course, we will be back on Thursday. Don't forget, Thursday, 2 p.m. UK time is when I'm back with you. Mr. Steve will also be here as well. I hope you've enjoyed today's live stream. I will leave you with a beautiful view outside. It is looking very nice outside today, I have to say. All of the cold weather has gone. The snow and the ice has disappeared. And everything is looking rather nice. And it looks as if next weekend is going to be warm, but also wet. There's going to be a lot of rain next weekend. Thank you very much for your lovely company today. Thank you, Monica. That's very kind of you to say thank you. Thank you very much. Also, we have Sash. Thank you very much for watching as well. I didn't see Claudia. Did anyone see Claudia today? I didn't see Claudia here today. Maybe Claudia is busy with something else. As my voice slowly fades away. Thank you very much, Carita Express. Thank you. Very nice of you to send your greetings today as well. This is Mr. Duncan in the birthplace of English saying thanks for watching. See you soon. It will be Thursday, 2 p.m. UK time is when I'm back with you. And of course, enjoy the rest of your day. Take care of yourself. And until the next time we meet, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. And ta-ta for now.